people dating and dating exclusively in a relationship. Those three different things. Is dating and exclusively dating the same thing? When you're dating, is it okay to date multiple people? If you are dating multiple people, do you need to let those other people know that you're seeing other people, or just that they're not the only person that you're seeing?
Dating and dating exclusively are two different things. Dating exclusively is the next step of dating. If you are dating, and if you are dating multiple people, yes, you need to let them know. Just because you never know what the other person might be thinking, where their mindset is, and if you're trying to build some, communication is key to that. So
now, do you need to let them know how many people, or just that you are seeing other people?
Just that you're seeing other people.
Okay.
Now, at a certain, all of that is all, levels to all the shit. So at some point, yeah, if you dating more than 5 or 6, yeah, somebody, especially if it depends on how active you are with these other people too.
Okay.
So,
Now, dating exclusively in relationship, are they one and the same, or is what's your take on those two?
That's the same thing to me.
You think so? Okay. You don't think dating exclusively is a step before, like you're dating this person solely just to know if you're interested in being in a relationship with that person?
I think that's the same thing. Once you're dating exclusively, I think that's the beginning stages of your relationship.
Okay. Now, do you feel like people move to the relationship part too fast?
Oh yeah, a lot of people move too fast.
Why do you feel like they do that?
Loneliness, anything. Same reason you continue to date the wrong people. You're just jumping in and out of relationship. Lonely, looking for something, looking for validation for something. There's all kind of stuff that you can move into move too quickly in relationships for. Most of it is loneliness.
Okay.
Or dealing with
It just stop. It do it. You do it.
Loneliness, and what else was I saying?
You said
bright-ass light does make me feel like I'm being carried.
My bad. I'm sorry. Well, it's too dark here. Okay, so let me ask you this from a man's perspective. What advice would you give to women who are dating?
Same advice I give to everybody. All my women.
Well, the Facebook people don't know. You tell them.
Let me finish, motherfucker.
Okay. Well, I gotta be motherfucker. You was doing all good, and then you gotta act up. Then he gonna get all professional.
Don't ignore the flags. Stay true to it. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Don't think that just because he's telling you the right things, let him show you.
Actions speak louder than words.
People think that this person is saying this and saying that. Oh, he loves me. Hey, what is he showing you? If he's not showing you that he's in a relationship or wanting to make things right, then he ain't doing it. What was the actual question?
What advice would you give to women in regards
and
to
so the one concern I always have is, why is it women tend to act like they're not interested in somebody? If you're interested in somebody, forget what shit has happened before. If you're interested in somebody, show that you're interested in them. You can't get to that next step if you're putting up boundaries and walls to protect yourself. That's a defense mechanism. You're scared of being hurt. Part of loving is being hurt.
Would you?
This nigga, so he starts saying some kind of side ass conversation.
Wait a minute. Wait. We both stopped. It was like, what you talking about? Hold on, what we talking? Okay, so then I had another question. I lost my little train of thought. So we talked about that.
Hit the button over there.
Yeah, you can hit one and to come back on. Okay, so you gave us the advice on that. What? I had another question. It was the tip of my tongue and I lost it when we started looking over there. Do you feel like people are men sometimes just as shallow as women can be? Because women can be real shallow, I think.
Shallow, yes. What do you mean by shallow? There's different things about, what are you talking about? And how they look at women, or shallow just in themselves, or shallow how?
Okay, so
aesthetically, what they look for in women?
Yes. First of all, I don't know what that big ass words, what you use, the first word you use, but I think the rest of it, yeah.
What
did you say? Aesthetic? What?
Aesthetically, what they're looking for, what they see, what men see.
Big ass words.
It's not just men. All of us are, to a certain extent. Women see that as humans, the first thing we do is the shallow part comes in is that the only thing once you start seeing somebody, because there has to be some kind of attraction.
Right.
If that's the only thing that you're looking for, that's when it becomes shallow. If you're just looking for somebody for the way that they look. But no, I think men and women are shallow like that. Men act more on it than women do, just because of the whole. Men are supposed to chase women. You know, we can act like it's not supposed to be that way, but men do chase women. That's the way it's supposed to go. So we're chasing to try and get it. Women, like you said, just about everybody out here can call somebody right now and say, hey, you want to hook up? And they'll come hook up. But men have to actually chase it a little bit more. So there's a little bit of more, they act on it. We act on our shallowness a little bit more than women do.
All right, so let me ask you this. I know what I was going to ask you. Red flags. You said don't ignore the red flags. So say a woman's talking to a man and there is a red flag. Whatever that red flag is. Just there's a red flag for whatever reason. What do you think she should do when she sees that red flag?
Acknowledge it. The thing about red flags, it's not that you can't deal with it. It's that you don't ignore it.
Right.
You know, if you see something that you don't like, address it or decide that you can accept it and move on, but don't act like it's not there. When you act like it's not there, that's when it's the problem. Right. Because then you put it back in this back pocket, and something else happens, and that brings up all the other stuff that goes along with it.
Okay.
So red flags. First of all, we are all human. We all have our own shit.
Right.
You know. So what I think it might be fabulous about myself, somebody else might be irritated about it. Right. You know.
True.
So we all have our different perceptions on what a red flag is. So.
Do you think there is a? You got a random question? Yeah. Okay, hold your question right quick. Okay. Do you think there is a? Do you think there should be a time limit? If you meet somebody today.
No.
I ain't even finished the question.
Go ahead.
If you meet somebody today and say you have been seeing that person for a month, and you guys are ready to date, you think there should be a time limit on that or no?
No.
Okay.
Everybody moves in their own time and their own space. And I'll take me and Lorraine. Everybody wonders why it took us so long to get married. There's a lot of things going on in both of our lives that needed to be addressed. She had some issues that she needed to address. I had some that I needed to address.
Right.
So no, time is, and especially when you start putting pressure, when you start putting timetables on things, you're losing sight of what's more important. Which is more important is growing the relationship. Okay, so if it's taking some time to build this, it's taking longer to get into the stage that you want to be in. Why is that? Ask those questions. Why? What's going on is keeping us from getting to that level? Not, hey, we need to be this and this by the 90th day or whatever, 2 months. What do we need to continue to grow? Ask those kind of questions. Not,
right.
How long do we need to be in this relationship? Because hell, we been around together for 7 years before we got married. So
I think I asked you this before. I think I know your answer, but do you believe in love at first sight?
No, but Aquarius has something very interesting. She said to me the other day that, and this is the whole astrological part of it, that we in time continuums that we recognize people from previous lives. You know, we can kind of out there, but
okay.
So that was kind of interesting to me. But no, me personally, I never believed in love at first sight, just because my love runs a little bit deeper than that. I can't just say, look, ooh, shit, she's cute, I'm in love with her. No, I'm cute my damn self. So,
how important is chemistry?
Very important. What is it? Chemistry is it. If you don't have chemistry, nothing else matters.
Can you learn to love somebody?
Yes.
If you don't initially love them?
Yes. First of all, people have to learn to love you. I can't just get in a relationship and know how to love somebody. They have to teach you what it is about them that needs to be loved, how to be loved. We all need to be loved differently. What worked in a relationship with somebody else may not work in a relationship with the next person that you're with.
Right.
So that communication, and we think that we're doing a great job in loving our spouse or loving our mate, and we never ask them, what is it that you need in your life to be happy and all that kind of stuff. We just assume that we know because of what may make us happy may not make them happy. But we're assuming that the way we want to be loved is the way they want to be loved. And I'll take me and my wife for a prime example. We love completely differently. We love each other very strong, but it's completely different. She's more of a hands off, and I'm kind of more touchy feely, and she's more structured, and I'm more loosey goosey. You know, so we're just different. We had to learn to love each other. Now, in that, there's a base that you just love each other. You know,
Right.
How you show that and how you grow that is completely different.
Can you believe two people that don't have chemistry initially? Do you think chemistry is something that can be developed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like friends that just start out as friends and end up falling in love.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's where the whole shallow part of it is. If you go in just looking at it from the aesthetic part of it, what you see, that's when you lose out. Most people lose out on who they're really meant to be with because they were looking at what they drive, or what she got a fat ass. We miss out on a lot of things just because we look at what we see instead of what's good to our eyes ain't always good for our hearts.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me go to somebody else, y'all, because I can talk to my brother all day long because we have these conversations on a normal basis anyway.
I'm glad that light's out of my